Hello guys, this is David here with another Btekt, and today I've got a quick side-by-side comparison for you of the Samsung Galaxy A7 and the Huawei Mate 20 Lite. Two very similar spec and priced phones. The Mate 20 Lite costs from around about £300 to £350, whilst the Samsung is slightly cheaper at around about £290. Specs wise, they both have 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, and have expandable storage up to 256GB on the Mate and up to 512GB on the Samsung. There is also 6GB and 256GB variants of both of these phones. The Mate 20 Lite does have a bigger battery at 3750 mAh versus 3300 mAh on the Samsung. They're two very good looking phones, both in this blue finish. I think as nice as the Samsung looks, I've got to go with the looks of the Mate 20 Lite. I just think it looks so classy with those round lenses in the centre, but I do like the way that the Samsung has the edges in a brighter blue, really framing that beautiful glass back. Even the placement of the triple lenses looks good, but I still prefer the Mate 20 Lite. In the hand, they both feel very good. The Mate 20 Lite does feel a bit heavier, and it does feel a little bit more premium, it has to be said. But the Galaxy A7 does have that fingerprint scanner on the side, which anyone who's used the Sony Xperia XZ1 will know this is probably the best placement of a fingerprint scanner that you can get. Huawei has a fingerprint scanner on the back, and they're both extremely rapid and reliable. Both phones are running Android Oreo 8 with their respective operating system skins overlaid, that being EMUI 8 on the Huawei and Samsung's Experience 9 UI on the A7. Both of these phones also have optional gesture navigation systems. You can use the 3 traditional Android buttons if you want to, or if you choose, Samsung have these 3 marks placed right at the bottom of the screen to replace the 3 buttons. Now rather than tapping on the screen, swipe up from either the left side, the right side or the middle. On the Huawei, it is slightly different. You're given a virtual navigation button on the screen where you can tap it once to go back, swipe to the left or right to get your recent apps, or long press it to go back to the home screen. Out of the two methods, I definitely prefer the Huawei. It just feels more natural and you're not reaching back and forth across the screen with your thumb. One thing to bear in mind though is that the Samsung is planned to receive the Android 9 update, whilst for some crazy reason there's no such plans to update the Mate 20 Lite to EMUI 9. If you haven't seen my Mate 20 Lite videos already, then click the tab above and I'll leave some links in the description. Before we go on, let me give a quick shout to Direct Mobiles. 24 years of award-winning customer service, so you know you're in good hands. They even have comparison tools to help you find the best possible deal for your new handset. Check down in the video description below for a link to their deals, or search directmobiles.co.uk. So onto the screens, and although the Samsung has an OLED display with 1080 by 2240 resolution, I wish they'd just put an LCD there, because obviously to save costs, we've ended up with these huge bezels around the screen. I mean, can you imagine how good this device would look if it had an edge-to-edge infinity display, like on the S9 or S9 Plus? On the Mate 20 Lite, we have an LCD display, still fairly large side bezels, but not too bad, and with that notch on the top, which some people will like while others will absolutely hate. But for me, it's no problem at all, and it's a good quality LCD screen. Side by side, you can see that the Samsung, as expected, has better picture quality and is arguably a better viewing experience. But personally, I would have happily changed that screen for an LCD if it meant it was going to fill more of the front of the device. When it comes to audio, they both have a single downfiring speaker, and it's a clear win here for the Huawei. Hey, have a listen. Now, none of them are going to be amazing audio experiences, but I think the Samsung sounds pretty terrible really. Loudspeakers are important to me because I do listen to my phone quite a lot, and if the speaker is this bad, then I will tend not to use it at all. The Huawei is definitely not amazing, but I think I would probably listen to that. The Samsung is just way too tinny for my liking. Finally, I want to compare the camera systems. On the Mate 20 Lite, it's a 24 megapixel main camera, backed up with a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and a 24 megapixel selfie camera. The Galaxy A7 has a triple setup on the back, a 24 megapixel main sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. For me, the Samsung has much more natural colours than the Huawei, and that's even with the AI switched off, which I actually was compelled to do once or twice when I was out shooting for this. Sometimes the AI on the Huawei's get it so right, and then at other times they get it embarrassingly wrong. but consistently the Samsung gives rich and natural colours and has the added bonus of being able to switch to that ultra wide angle lens, which I absolutely love shooting with. I think all phones should have an ultra wide angle lens on the back. This one, however, seems to suffer from quite a bit of distortion, which most ultra wide angle lenses do, but here it has almost a fisheye effect. It's not the end of the world, but it is something to note. And considering that the ultra wide angle is an 8 megapixel, most people may be compelled to keep it on the normal lens. Video is shot at 1080p 30 frames per second on both devices, and there is electronic image stabilization as well. The Huawei stabilization seems to give you a bit more sway than the Samsung's does. The Samsung's adjustments seem to be more minute, giving it more of a jelly effect, but again has the advantage of the ultra wide angle lens. But be warned, there is quite a heavy crop when you shoot in 1080p video, so your ultra wide angle lens won't be as ultra wide anymore. So overall, these are two great mid-range devices. They both look stunning. Personally, I do prefer the looks of the Huawei, but I'd happily go with the looks of the Samsung as well. I love the fingerprint scanner on the Samsung, but prefer the gesture navigation in the Huawei. But as some of you know, I love photography, and when it comes to that, the Samsung to me gives much better results, and the ultra wide angle lens kinda swings it for me. This is a bit of a tough one, and if you're stuck with this dilemma, then I hope this video helped. If it did, then it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button, double tap the notification bell, and smash the like button for me. My name's David, and this is Btekt.